It is a foundation that promised to help widows and children of fallen firefighters, police officers, and service members through the sale of specialty license plates.
And while the In God We Trust Foundation has collected hundreds of thousands of dollars, tonight, 10 News investigator Mike Deason has discovered the organization is only paying a fraction of the money it's taking in.
Hey, but I want to know what happened to the money, Daryl.
I'm going to ask you to turn it off.
Don't get your hands off that camera. You will go to jail, my friend.
You know what? I'm going to go to jail anyways. Go ahead.
Daryl Nunnally thinks he might be
Let's do it.
going to jail because of people like Krista Cahoon
Oh, it's beyond overwhelming.
and this license plate.
And who doesn't like a license plate that says, "In God We Trust"?
These days, Cahoon and several others don't like the license plate. Krista Cahoon's firefighter husband, Alan, was driving this fire truck on the way to a fire when it flipped. He broke his back and eventually died. Cahoon thought she'd be eligible for help from the foundation, which says it will give the funds to children and spouses of deceased first responders. At the time, her husband's house had gone into foreclosure.
And I was very desperate when I contacted him. Look, life insurance isn't paying, federal benefits aren't paying, state benefits aren't paying. I mean, I'm desperate.
But state and IRS records we obtained show the foundation has not been generous with the money it's collected from the specialty plates. Since it began operating, the In God We Trust Foundation has collected more than $448,000. However, its most recent filing with the IRS showed it had distributed less than $10,000 to first responders. It also, at one point, even lost its tax-exempt status because it failed to file the proper paperwork with the IRS. That's why we wanted to get answers from Foundation head Daryl Nunnally.
Hey, Daryl. Mike Deason.
Good.
10 News investigators.
Great.
How you doing?
Great. Turn that off.
I want to talk to you about.
We've already had this conversation.
I know, but I want to know where the money went.
Okay, I will be glad to disclose that. When that goes off, we'll make an appointment. You're trespassing on property right now.
Okay, but I want to know what happened to the money, Daryl.
I'm going to ask you to turn it off.
Don't get your hands off that camera. You will go to jail, my friend.
You know what? I'm going to go to jail anyways. Go ahead. Oh, let's do it. Let's do it. This will be fun. This will be.
While Nunnally wasn't talking, state and federal records show the organization was in the hole more than $305,000 before the first plate was sold. Nunnally has been reimbursing himself for the money he spent getting the controversial plate approved by the legislature. He also paid the vice president of the organization, who's listed as spending no time at the agency, $16,000 this past year and several thousand in other years. That's more than the agency has given out. And that could explain why Nunnally sent Krista Cahoon this email turning her down when she applied for help.
Your biggest hurdle is age. Very few charities are designed to help healthy, young, intelligent widows. I mean, I'm desperate. I need some assistance here. And I get told no. I'll be honest with you, I broke down and cried.
Although Nunnally told Cahoon he would put a request before the foundation board, she had no idea where the board met or how she could appeal.
All my contact with Daryl was via email.
So we set out to find the headquarters for the In God We Trust Foundation, which according to state records brought in $177,900 last year in those specialty license plates. We went to the address listed on its forms, 8815 Conroy Windermere Road, just outside of Orlando, and we discovered the folks at In God We Trust must trust UPS, because this is what we found: the UPS store and a post office box.
Florida Highway Patrol is currently investigating the In God We Trust Foundation.
Highway safety spokesperson Courtney Heidelberg says that's all the state can say about the criminal investigation of Nunnally and his wife Michelle, who's also an officer of the organization. Court records show they have a foreclosure pending, and he had a suggestion of bankruptcy for his real estate company, the Nunnally Group. For now, the state has frozen all the funds that are coming in for the license plates, but Krista Cahoon says the Division of Highway Safety and Motor Vehicles has to share some of the blame.
I think we need to hold the state of Florida accountable a lot more than what we're doing, because it's the state of Florida's fault that this guy is allowed to operate.
But this firefighter's widow saves most of her anger for Nunnally, who paid lobbyists, lawyers, marketers, and contributed to the bill's sponsor, State Senator Gary Siplin, in order to authorize the plates, which were supposed to help people like her, but haven't.
How this guy sleeps at night, I don't know. He needs to have a conscience.
But all we know for sure is Daryl Nunnally has a license plate with empty promises, a criminal investigation that could send him to jail, and he doesn't like answering questions about the foundation. In Windermere, Mike Deason, 10 News.
Following Daryl Nunnally's attack, we filed a criminal complaint with the Windermere Police Department, and we provided the video to the Orange County State Attorney's Office.
However, as he acknowledged during that scuffle, his bigger problems really involve the investigation that's being conducted by the Florida Highway Patrol.
We haven't heard the last of it. Mike Deason will keep us in tune with it. Time now to check in with
Mike Deason.
Isn't that incredible?
What a story. All right.